I killed 11 plants in 14 months. Wrote it down, actually. Had a little notebook where I logged the date each one died, because at some point, it stopped being sad and started being embarrassing. Number 12 was a pothos my sister gave me as a joke gift because she'd watched me kill number 11 the week before. She said, half laughing, "Just put it in water and forget about it." I didn't even pot it, left it in the glass on my desk out of pure spite, honestly, waiting for it to prove her wrong. It's still alive, 4 years later. It's the only plant in my apartment that's never once needed me to think about it. That should have been the end of the story. A lucky accident, one plant that happened to survive. Except, then I actually looked into why, and the answer made me a little angry if I'm honest. Because it's not luck. Some plants have root systems built for exactly this. Soil, for these specific plants, is basically a compromise. Something that holds moisture unevenly, dries out unevenly, and forces you to guess. Water doesn't let you guess. Either the roots are getting oxygen and nutrients, or they're not. And you can see it, right there in the glass, no digging required. So I stopped guessing, and started an actual experiment. 4 plants, 4 jars, same windowsill, 3 months, notebook again. This time logging what worked, instead of what died. Pothos first, since that's the one that started this whole thing. Cut it below a node. The little bump where a leaf used to attach. Strip the lower leaves, so nothing's rotting underwater, and submerge just that node. 9 days later, I had root knobs. By 3 weeks, roots long enough that I could have potted it, except why would I? It's been in that same glass for 4 years now. Same plant, water changed roughly once a week, and it has outgrown 3 separate pots I bought for plants that later died. Second one, Chinese money plant. And this one actually surprised me enough that I went back and checked 3 separate care guides, because none of them mentioned what happened. Snapped off a single leaf with a sliver of stem, sat it in maybe an inch of water. 3 weeks in, it rooted like expected. 4 weeks in, a second tiny plant had started growing directly out of the base. Something every guide I read said needs soil and time to happen, not a glass of water on a desk. I have no explanation better than, the roots didn't know they were supposed to need soil for that. Spider plant, third, the easiest thing I've ever kept alive, which is saying something given my trek record. Those baby plantlets hanging off long stems, the ones that look almost done growing already. Snip one, drop the base in water, 10 days to first roots. This is the one I'd hand to literally anyone, including past me. The guy who killed 11 plants, tried to follow instructions on the back of a fertilizer bag. Fourth, philodendron. And this is the one that taught me the actual mistake I'd been making my whole life without realizing it. I kept the water pristine, changed it every 3 days, crystal clear, because that felt like the responsible thing to do. Growth stalled. Turned out the slight cloudiness I'd been panicking over and washing away was the plant's own rooting hormone building up in the water around the cutting. I was literally scrubbing away the thing helping it root. Once I started changing the water every 10 to 12 days instead of obsessively babying it, the roots doubled in length within 2 weeks. That one stuck with me more than the others, honestly, because it wasn't really a plant lesson. It was proof I'd spent years helping things to death out of anxiety dressed up as diligence. Same instinct that made me overwater, over-fertilize, over-manage everything else too, probably. The plant that needed the least interference was the one that thrived, and the one I fussed over constantly, that's the one I nearly lost. There's a real reason tap water sometimes ruins this before it even starts, and it's not something anyone tells you up front. Chlorine in most city water supplies doesn't hurt an established plant, but it stalls new roots hard, sometimes stops them cold in the first week. Let a jug sit out uncovered for a day before using it. Chlorine mostly gases off in 24 hours. Chloramine takes closer to 2 days. And as the glass turns thick and slimy instead of just a little green, that's bacteria winning the fight against the roots for oxygen. Different problem than the philodendron cloudiness, and this one actually needs a full clean and fresh water. 4 plants, 3 months, 0 deaths, and 11 fewer excuses than I had before. My sister still brings up the joke pothos every time she visits, mostly because it's bigger than her actual houseplants now, the ones she bought pots and soil and fertilizer for. I think about that notebook sometimes, the one where I logged 11 deaths before I logged anything that actually worked. Most of what killed those plants wasn't neglect. It was effort aimed in the wrong direction. Sometimes the thing that needs the least from you is the thing that survives you the longest.